Good morning, good morning. A little bit of housekeeping. We are going to probably get a tropical storm tonight, tomorrow-ish. And that's all well and good, but we may lose electricity. We probably will lose our internet. So I'm going to film two videos today and schedule them and have them ready to go up. One for in the morning and one for Friday morning. Yeah. Because of the situation of the storm and our inadequate technology around here. Anyhow, so welcome to getting ready for October. I don't know what I am going to call it. I think I'm going to call it Halloween journaling experiments or something like that. Oh, shut up. Yes, yay, my Amazon's still coming today. Woohoo. Okay. I watched, none of these ideas are mine. I watched Tim Holtz and his ideology release. He's got several companies that he works with. I don't know if they're all under the Ranger umbrella or not, but ideology is one of them. And he, at the end, it was like a 2.5 hour video or something like that long. At the end of like the first 45 minutes were showing and talking about the release and what they were releasing. But the last parts of that video, the majority of that video, and he's got them all time-stamped and everything. I mean, his technology crew are way better than my technology crew, me. But the makers, the design team, or whatever they call them, they call them makers, I guess, made all these things with the products. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was taking notes. I want to do, I want spiders. I want used business envelopes. I did buy 2 things. I bought some paper and I bought some stickers, and I already have these guys. And I already have my Halloween project formed in my head. And when I say formed, I mean just, again, prompts, a map of how I want to go, because I don't know how I want to do it. But I do know that I want to experiment with a few techniques and things that I want to remember to put in it. So I was just writing on my iPad as fast as I could different things. Layers, patchwork with painted papers or store-bought, I can't even read my writing. Loose threads, windows, cutouts, frames, paper dolls, these things. Groups of paper dolls, roll my corners, make them look like they're shredded or aged. I do not have a lot of the distress inks and everything that he has in his range of products. But I kind of am glad I don't. I have transparencies here, acetate or regular transparency, I think. I have paper that I've painted. And I think, even though I love his stuff, I do love his stuff. I have some of his stamps, which I will be using, because like the specimen, I can't remember what that stamp set is called. Or where I stashed it. I guess I need to find it. Oh, wait a minute. It's around here somewhere. Ideally, it would be by my stamps. But there's some of his are so big they don't fit in my stamp storage section. Anyhow, I'll sort them out. I have ephemera books, which I love. I love these kind of things that you can get on Amazon. Very cheap. But they have distressed papers. They have, these great, like, stuff. They're not matte. Most of the ones I have are not matte. But I'm going to use a lot of this. In fact, I might use a lot of this paper. This one is junk journal pages, so I might use a lot of this for my story. And my story is not my story. My story is not my story. I'm going to do a book report. I've done this with some Mark Twain books. I've done this with Michael Palin books. I just kind of highlight the chapter, and I'm going to do that with my Halloween project. I already know that. I have a couple more of these kind of books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one is not necessarily Halloween, so I may not use any of this. Although, stuff like this I can use. This happens to be matte, which is great. And these are all over Amazon. This is Extraordinary Things to Cut Out, but like these frames, I don't want the cats and the dogs because they don't go with my story. But the frames I might use to highlight like characters and stuff. Although some of the stickers in this Tim Holtz release this time are a lot of these kind of things. Some of them. Might use some of this stuff. No. Possibly. But I do want to, it's going to be a lot of collage. It's going to be a lot of layers. Just because I've been influenced by some of these makers, which are great. This one I don't think pertains. I don't think there's anything creepy. Ooh, that might be fun to use though. That piece of silver jewelry. Anyhow, that one may not be applicable. This is not. This is way too bright. But look at this. Tim Holtz has some paper that looks kind of like this stuff. It might be that pour stuff that, and then he's scanned it. But I want to make some of my own. I think I can make some of my own just by doing black ink on top of stuff like this. And kind of creating something close. Oh, see, I love this stuff. Ooh, that would be fun to have Halloween colors like that. See, that's what I want to do. During the month of September is kind of experiment with paper making. Experiment. I would like to see if these little envelopes that I have that are kind of glassine-ish take color. Oh God, I forgot about this book. I love this. Love this. And I don't know who did this one. It might be just another one of those things. Yeah, it is. You just order them off of Amazon and they print them and then send them out. They're not expensive at all. This is one. Now, this is art by Marlene. She's in Europe someplace. And, oh, gosh. Some of this I might be able to use. But it's not unlike stuff I already have been making. Obviously, because I love that kind of stuff. Oh, now here's Dark Magic collectible one. Cut out and collage. So there might be stuff in here I could use. Ooh. Again, this is not matte. Ooh. So I'm going to have to work on that. There's some of this in Tim Holtz paper stuff, but it's like damask wallpaper or whatever. Ooh, I like the lace. His stuff has a lot of layers of like flowers and laces. That is not my forte per se. I'm a poet and I don't know it, but my feet show it because they're Longfellows. Anyhow, some of this, like this old writing, I can use. And I probably, oh, you know what? I don't have to worry about it being matte because I probably will photocopy it because I like to hoard these books. And that will come off the copier as matte. But, see, this is set by the same people. There's Christmas. It doesn't say the company. Professional Ephemera. Made especially for you. Professional Ephemera. Go to the author's Amazon page. And it might be just a bumped up version of what James Burke did with his black paper that I bought this book. This book was $10. And these run around that same price. Might be like $12.99 or something. But this is definitely going to get used. And some of my own like that. So, that's my thought process. This is Extraordinary Things to Cut Out. There might be stuff in here I can use. Obviously not Christmas pages or fish. Bugs? I don't think bugs happen in my story. Might need a couple of these things. Not those. Oh, that's the part of the problem with this hurricane. It went to a 4 overnight, but it was immediately downgraded like at 6:30 this morning to a 3. It's made landfall in the crook of Florida at a place called Perry. Or it's not Perry. It's an unincorporated beach town right by Perry. But it's like 125 miles north of Tampa, and Tampa Bay is flooding. The roads are flooding because the tide is so high, and the moon is making it a higher tide. It's the biggest moon of the year. Why does that always happen? Always. Always. I don't think I can use anything out of here. Oh, maybe? Anyhow, some of the journals that those makers made, oh my God, there were some that were fantastic. Way too much for me, but they were fantastic. So that's kind of my thought process for this. I think today I'm just talking my way through it. I'm thinking out loud with you. But these are the ideas I want to kind of... The creepy eyes, specimen plates. I do love a specimen plate. I don't know if I'll even need those, but they could be used as background stuff. Because I think what I'll do is, depending on how many chapters, I'm already up to chapter 15, actually. I'm not sure how many chapters this book has, but I was kind of thinking I would do like 15 prompts, and do a prompt divided into 2 days. Because of the layers, because of the drying, because of the technical stuff I want to add to it, it might take 2 days to make each layout. Do I want to do them loose and then put them in a book? Do I want to do the book first and add flip-ins and tip-ins and blah, 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 pockets and all kinds of stuff? Probably. And that might be part of the process too for the month of September. It's actually making the book, not all the layers, but the foundation of the book. I'm going to use a lot of this kind of stuff. You won't know it's this theoretically by the time it's done, but these are great windows. I don't know if I can paint those and make them aged. That's an experiment I want to work on. Accordion book practice. Do I want to make it into an accordion book? I'm not sure yet. He has these great transparencies that are cracked already. They look like cracked windows, and I think he calls them cracked windows. But I'm not going to do that. They're already cracked. They're not aged, but I think they have like white lines on them and creases of the broken glass shattering. I don't know. That video is spectacular. Tim Holtz. And it's the ideology release of all the people he works for, with, I don't know. I already had Halloween stickers picked out. Are these the Halloween ones? No. In these sticker release books that I have, which I'm addicted to, apparently. But I don't need them. Most of the stickers that I have aren't going to work for, I say most, some might. Where's my Halloween one? Too bad I didn't put it in the Halloween drawer. I have a Christmas drawer and a Halloween drawer. I had, what do you call it? December Daily stuff in a cart. I'm just like, no, because I know I won't use half of it. And if I can make this Halloween project work right, the way I kind of want it to look at the end, I'll probably go along that thought process with my December Daily. If you've never been here for December Daily with me, I do not actually put like my own personal December Daily plans, holiday gatherings and events in my December Daily. I did for years before it was called December Daily, or before I branched over to December Daily. I did for years. I have scrapbooks, 12 by 12s that I used to do that, not on here, but in previous years. I've been scrapbooking forever. And we are a very, very downsized family now. And I do not have children. I have stepchildren who I am not in contact with anymore. I'm in contact with our granddaughter, who's part of that. But I have to be careful how I say this in case they find my YouTube channel ever again. I'm not a part of their lives by my choice. It's a very, very, very tragic, horrible, drama-filled group of people. And I don't like any of those adjectives in my life. I chose to back off purposely, for good or bad. It does not make my husband happy. It is kind of hard on our granddaughter, but I had to kind of went with what was best for me, mentally. And I did. My husband understands that aspect of it, but he's wired completely different than I am. And he's like, well, just be around them and don't let them affect you. I'm like, that doesn't work in my head or my heart. Anyhow, so, and my parents are now gone. It's just my sisters and I and my husband and our granddaughter and the dog. And so my sisters, with a lot of pleading on my part, have agreed to not exchange Christmas presents anymore. We're all three getting up in our ages, and we all have the same size house. We do not need any more stuff in our houses. And it's just stuff. I would much rather have us get together and enjoy each other's time, have good food. We focus on a Christmas dinner hugely. And my sister that lives here in South Carolina, she comes to the beach now with us. Our lives have changed in that regard, where we're spending our holidays down at the beach, winter holidays. And so she is able to come down there for a couple days or a few days. Now she's working from home, so it might be a lot different this year. She might be down there a lot with us, and we're just working part of the day. But all of this has kind of evolved with the situation with my husband's kids, and with COVID, and with our parents passing away right before COVID, us getting older in age, us trying not to acquire any more stuff. So that cuts down on a lot of scrapbook fodder. And I just started choosing to say, okay, let's focus. Like last year, I did Charlie Brown's Christmas, I think is what I did, Charlie Brown's Christmas. And I just focused on that story. And my December Daily was the story of Charlie Brown's Christmas. And I applied the same stuff, actually, I think on that one, I actually did like what I want to do for Halloween this year, the story. And each day was a different page or a different thought process. He saw the tree, he cut down the tree, they had to play, blah, 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 blah. So that's how I choose to do these two big, huge December Daily, October Daily, or whatever you want to call it. I still stick to my 30 days or the entire month, because that's just, my brain is wired for that now. And that alone, pretty much. And last year, the year before, for Halloween, I think I did Ghostbusters. But I started it one way, and partway through the month, I changed it. I am not a drawer, so I can't do October, whatever that drawing prompt is, which now there's so much controversy. I don't even know if it's coming or if it's going to happen again. Inktober. I don't know if that's even going to happen. So, all of that to say, this is how I do my October. This is how I do my December. I don't have a December project picked out yet. I've had many, many October projects picked out, one of which is fabulous, I think. but I was nervous that I couldn't pull it off. I even bought supplies for it that are of that half of the story, because I was merging 2 stories together. Do I think I'm an author? No. Would I love to be? I think so. I think I'm like a closet author, children's book author. And maybe that's why I go to these weird story prompts for myself, or making up prompts, or I don't know what you call it. So anyhow, I'm making 2 videos today because there's a storm coming, and we most likely will lose internet. I'm just saying, because we lose it right now. We're going through a spell where we lose it all the time. Not as bad as Kerchi was, but we're not a developing country either, you would think. But I'm expecting us to lose internet. So I'm going to film and schedule today's and tomorrow's, and have them ready to go and upload it and everything, so that I don't have to worry about it. Not that I feel any pressure to have to, do a journal in the storm. But it might be a distraction for me, according to what weather will come. We're going to get the edge of a tropical storm, at the least. They're already warning us. We went grocery shopping yesterday. Don't worry, I have Frappuccinos. I got cheese puffs. We have jerk chicken. We have, because that's one of the things that the store prepares for, that they put together with the pork and the jerk flavoring and onions and green peppers. It's delicious. And we got that. We got chicken that my husband grilled yesterday. And we have rice, we have potatoes, we have salads, we have asparagus, we have dog food, we have all the necessities. We have water. So my sister went to the grocery store yesterday after much pleading from me, because it was already going to be crowded and people just freak out. I'm like, there's not going to be any cat food left. There's not going to be any, your favorite stuff. So go. Anyhow, all right. So out of anything, I do know that I want to see if you can paint on these things. These are glassine envelopes, but they're great for pockets and things. And I have a lot of these. I ordered them somewhere, most likely Amazon, in bulk, and got a bunch. So I'm going to see if you can, today, if you can paint those and what they look like. So let's try that. Now, I'm still using the same dirty water that I've complained about. It's still here. Maybe I should change my water before the storm hits. I can always get water from the lake. Which we have done to flush toilets. Get buckets of water. I don't know. I think they got surprised by this one, because I didn't think it was going to be a 4. I think they thought at the most it was going to be a 2. And when I woke up this morning and it was a 4, I was like, whoa. They didn't say that last night. Now, see, this is just acrylic. I think if I use acrylic, I can paint these things. I wonder, and then I should be able to stamp on this. See, that would be fun too. Oh, but all my great stamps. That's another thing with my project. I have to be able to transport it, because and this year, the good part of October, I think I may spend the entire month of October down at the beach and not come back. Because we do go back and forth, like doctor's appointments, and my husband has to have meetings sometimes here. Haircuts, medicine refills. It's already getting a little lighter, which I don't mind, like streaks in it, because it kind of ages it, but I would probably put like darker stuff around the edge. I don't want to waste this paint. I think I'm going to paint this envelope. Even if I don't use this color, it would be a great foundation for something else, most likely. So tomorrow I might try to make a sample journal. Probably not the one I'm going to use. Actually, I probably have several already. Actually, let's go look. I have this kind, which this is just an envelope. And then there's a bunch of paper on the inside. That's not what I want to use though. Although I don't mind that cover. I also have this kind of stuff from Ali Edwards Story Kits. I don't know if I want to use that. There's some great paper that oh, this is pretty. I painted that. I love that. I saw this on Pinterest, and it's just like blobs of paint on top of blobs of paint. I love that. That would be a great cover. Water. Here's some more blobs. Green. More blobs. And yet again, more blobs. Oh. I think I painted those down at the beach one day. Okay, I'm looking through my paper stack here, and I don't see what I was looking for. Anyhow, I would most likely, oh wait a minute, what's this? I'm most likely going to go through to the junk journal route. But here's a bunch of envelopes I've been saving. A lot of business envelopes. Cardboard. TV channel guide. This would make a great, I don't think I want that blue one in there, especially for Halloween. But this could make a great foundation. In fact, this right here could be, this is the right size too. How big are these? Tim. No, Beth, you don't lose. Okay, these are 9.5. I could cut these down to 8. I would like to do 4x8 size. And then when you open it up, you might get 1 or 2 spreads that are 8x8. In fact, let's just cut these down. And I don't want a whole bunch. Here's 4 because I'm going to have tip ends. And it might be a little bit bigger than 8, like 8 1/4. How wide are these? These are a little bit wider than 4. They're 4, not quite 4 1/4. So, pencil. Here's 8. I think I'm going to go to 8.5. And this is a very technical, precise way of doing this. And then what I'll do is like tape these ends somehow. But now I have kind of like a traveler's notebook. And I will put like a tip in the middle maybe, or smaller pieces in the middle. Tip ends on the sides and the ends maybe. And that will be like, this could be the basis right here. The starting off place. But this is still probably experimental. This won't be the actual thing. Oh wait, here's my, I can hear the dog with his toys. Nope, I was thinking those were my Halloween stickers. Anyhow, so yeah, I have to be able to transport my project also. And I have a lot of Halloween stuff down at the beach because the last 2 years I've been down there for Halloween. So this is almost dry. It's kind of, I think that'll be great. I had never even thought about painting these things. And then painting this too kind of gives it like a really aged look. Can you see that in the camera? I don't even know if you can. But just enough. And they do this, like the makers of Tim Holtz stuff, do this with distressed ink and stuff. I used to have some distressed ink, but I really don't anymore. More of what I have of Ranger is Diane and Dina because it's more colorful. But that's a great broken window or old window look. Oh, I even got some crinkly stuff going on there. Oh, you know what? Because they kind of like really wiped away stuff in the center, like as if somebody was trying to look in or look out of a dirty old window. That's kind of cool. Okay, I think I'm going to stop for today. Probably continue this chat part 2 tomorrow in a few minutes for me.